Hello everyone, this is Heroes Trivia. Welcome back to round 1 of our Subscribers Game Season 3 tournament as we kick off Group D match play today with 5 games, starting with our first match here between Folden and Xunzhongyi. Now before we jump into the match, I just want to introduce the 5 players in Group D who are Folden, Han Loyalist, Trevinicus, Xunzhongyi, and Yulia. And like Group C, there is only one newcomer in this group, in Folden. But as we saw in the last group, returning players does not mean experienced players, as Group C had some of the sloppiest gameplay so far in the tournament, so hopefully we'll see some more exciting games here in Group D. And looking at the army composition we have for the match at hand, we have Folden on the green side, bringing in Cao Cao, Guo Jia, and He Man. A good group of generals, very fast horse on Cao Cao with supportive abilities, decent enough weapon, Guo Jia with the foresight, as well as the standard strategist abilities with good unit choices, and then we have He Man here bringing in Hail of Arrows. Now he doesn't have the insane evasion he had in the base game, as we have modded that away because that is a slight mistake by CA's part. He should not have such high evasions in custom battles, but it's still going to be decently powerful here. And then looking at the unit choices, we have a mix of the cheap and expensive, 4 units of Protector Heaven to hold down the fort, some Qingzhou Assault Infantry, we have some Unbreakable Yellow Sky Herald, 2 crossbows, a nice touch, and some cheap cavalry on top to support the generals. Overall, very solid comp for a newcomer especially. Then looking at Xunzhongyi's side, we have the choice of Sima Yue, which is a decent sentinel choice, mini version of Xu Huang, a cheaper version of Xu Huang. Unbreakable Sentinel with Flame of the Phoenix abilities where the value is at for him. He brought his faction unique unit, the Shu Raiders, which are mini yellow dragons, and then we have a Pearl Dragon on top of that. Xun You, who also brings the Sight ability, which is modded to be the same quality as Guo Jia. And then we have some Qingzhou Spear Guard there, and some Northern Cavalry, and also 4 units of Protector Heaven on Wenchou. So the Roar ability is here, but the unit quality is a mixed bag on Folden's side. Some unit with low morale like the cavalry, but a lot of high morale target as well, so that roar might not be so useful. Overall, pretty even matchup. Let's see how it plays out. And looking at deployment, nothing too crazy here, both on their respective side, kind of cross from each other. We'll see how this develops. The longest range would be on the crossbow, and He Man's ability to use Hail of Arrow here. Alright, we have them advancing up. Now typically, the side with the crossbowmen can probably be more patient. They can kind of get into a position where the range start to threaten, and that's where they should probably stop, and then force the other player to come towards them. Like I said, both strategists would have ability. It's the same name, but you can see the effect. It's the same effect. We have made it very even. So there's no active only for 3-minute type of business. Now the best target for those crossbow would be these Northern Lancer. If they get taken out, then there would be a clear cavalry advantage for one side. The infantry goes pretty even for both sides. There's a mixed bag of different types of units, some being unbreakable, like the Yellow Sky Herald, but they're actually not that strong. Versus things that are slightly stronger in terms of stat, Warriors of Xu, which is the upgraded version of Shu Raiders. They're basically mini Yellow Dragon unit, same idea, but less charge bonus, which makes them weaker. And we're going to have to get those crossbow into range, preferably over here, because you don't want to shoot into trees, so if they could cross over and set up over here and start creeping up, yep, there we go. That would force Xunzhongyi's hand to charge. Not sure how I feel about keeping the infantry in a straight line like this. It's not terrible. Could also try to open up some shots with He Man here. Xun You has a slight problem in terms of his ability choice, because he doesn't have any of the standard strategist abilities, so no Stifling Deluge to shut down abilities, no Wisdom River to turn things, but Turning the Tide could be helpful. It's something that would help once the enemies start routing. So it's sort of a win more type of ability. The crossbow should make the first move, because they're the ones going to be pushing the action. Hail of Arrows incoming. Who are we targeting? That's the key. Oh, why is the general friendly fire? Oh, he canceled it himself. I think he canceled it himself. Could have done sort of a surprise attack advance where he gives himself stock and then move up to look for that shot. It would be better. Alright, crossbow target the cavalry would be perfect. That would take a micro move. Can we see that? Is auto fire not even on? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Shred those cavalry. It's massive damage. Shot cavalry can't withstand range. It's a lot of damage. While they're microing that, this is the time to look for a shot. Use the bow. It's all about distraction, right? Humans are not like the AI. When action is centered, why change targets? Yeah, just kill the cavalry first. Are they hiding in the tree? Is that why? That could be it, but you can see this is still getting shot at. I don't know why they stopped. Clearly we still see them. Yeah, this is a missed opportunity. These two generals are not being microed at all, and there's no action here from either the bow or the hail of arrow. The hail of arrow could be on cooldown. We can't see that. He canceled it last second. It seems like it's on, so he can use it. Maybe even find a shot across the board against Protector of Heavens here. Not this way, not this way. He's going to shoot it. There's far less damage. Also feels like he aimed it at this unit instead of this unit, because it was lifting really high, and at that range it's just not very good. At least we got a charge response, an individual charge response, as you can see. Some of these spear unit not getting the command yet. The generals coming in, the cavalry coming in, Tinjo spears coming on the side. Alright, we got Wisdom River being activated. Okay, so that's used for damage. Although I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Should have been activated a bit early on the... I guess it's fine. Just looking for the damage. I wonder if the immediate stock will cancel out some of the charge targets. It's funny how Guojia's chasing someone into danger. The cavalry's going to assist. Turning the tide on that first unit routing. Definitely helps a little bit. We have the dismount on Wenchou, but not on Cao Cao and He Man here. We have no dismount on any of these generals. And you can see the cavalry made the full flank. It's a very even line. I think Folden with the extra unit could have kept a few in reserve. Look for flanking opportunities or looking for protecting the rear. Oh, there we go. Flanking with the cavalry. Now you find the weakest target and you flank that. That's the goal here. I feel like Xunyo Poli will die pretty soon. They seem to be targeting him. Ventral is stuck here on foot. Just leave him be. These are unbreakable units anyways. The turning the tide is actually mattering quite a bit. That's a lot of damage and morale being added for routing a cheap unit. They need to get him killed, and they're trying to do that. Yeah, the weakest link are cracking here, and some of them are finally working on the flank. They had too many units clumped up. Could have got the flank. A bigger flank would be better. Rear flank, it's a little bit more damage. I don't know why they fought back to Ventral, though, who is on foot fighting with units. Guojia got chunked. They have dismounted here. They're just not fighting the enemy general. They're stuck in the animation fighting enemy infantry. Basically, they're just not giving the command to charge at the general. That's the problem. They're being charged out now, which is a bad idea. Crossbow don't really have good target once this is on. Maybe they can shoot this. The cavalry problem, you know. Both side routing a bit. They got the flank. They forgot to give the command. This is when holding down shift and drawing the line so that they know to go back and then charge is a better command choice. 2v1. They gotta win this, right? What is He Man doing? Attack orders? Is he stuck in the animation? Did he try to use Hail of Arrow and got hit? I think that's what happened. Oh, that's so unfortunate. If you do a Hail of Arrows and you get disrupted, you just basically get stuck in animation and you can't move. That's unlucky. I mean, it's a known bug. It's unfortunate. It's also good play to disrupt a close range Hail of Arrows like that. And he's gone. Yeah, this is a lot of unit trying to rout a few guys. they could be spread out farther. At least the command came through. They're getting too much stat boost from turning the tide. The morale's holding them in here. Not killing Xunyo was a big issue. This charge might finish him off. There we go. And you can see once that goes away, the morale crashes and things become a lot easier. Keeping a unit to protect your flank like this is better. See if the cavalry can take out Sima Yue here. That would be huge. This is a slam ability. It's not being used right now. He's coming in. What? They overchased something. They must have. I know they came out on the side flank and they were fighting cavalry. They must have chased the cavalry way too far. I just wasn't noticing. Now we're getting a little bit of army loss situation. The roar helped over there a little bit. Oh, they never got to finish this Pearl Dragon. The evasion, the 71% evasion. They held for so long despite being flanked. Yeah, evasion's king. It broke eventually, but it bought so much time. It got 4 units' attention for so long. See if we get some flanking action here. Sima Yue is still not being used. Oh, there we go. I lied. He's now being used. Well, these units are coming back. I'm sure once they rout, nice little slam ability on the ground. Hamstring's going to look like that, and that's going to do it. Good showing in our first match. We got a very solid line of infantry colliding on each other. It's a viable strategy. Both sides are confident about their infantry. Obviously, Heman being bugged out for Folden is a big bummer. I don't know if it would have changed much. Not using your hail of arrows at a safe distance is a problem. Of course, getting it bugged out is very unfortunate, but there's still backup units coming in. The unit fight, Miss Micro, I think it was heavy on this side with the unit quality, but they were stuck on a target that they really can't kill. If they were able to route other stuff first, it would have been better out. But the general difference, general not winning out, is going to be the key there. Xunyo stayed alive for a little bit too long. That turning the tide actually mattered quite a bit with a 10 extra point of morale. And that kind of swung the fight. So congratulations to Xunyo for taking that first match. Sima Yue didn't even actually use his Flame of Phoenix that much. 25 kills, could have got a lot more. I think if he was using the end, that would have been close. Vengeful ended up carrying the day on foot. Those protectors did a whole bunch, but majority of that high kill count is not on the enemy protectors. Basically, they both collided opposite front, powerful unit versus slightly weaker one. The Pearl Dragon bought a lot of time, which was very crucial, and that kind of proven to be the difference. And turning the tide, I think, is a secret MVP to this setup. There was a lot of missed opportunity with the timing gap. I think the crossbow had some really good shot on the cavalry, but one of the crossbow switched targets, which I think is a small mistake. Killing those 2 cav would have given a pretty big advantage to the general/cavalry fight, and if that could have gone well. I think there was a point where Folden's generals ran back into the mass of infantry to fight Vengeful, which is a mistake. I think if they stayed out there and killed Xunyo first, that would have made things a lot better. Not dismounting until pretty late, that was also a factor, and then not finding a good shot with Hail of Arrow. That first one attempt, I think if surprise attack was used, and then you kind of, move him up to a position where the enemy can't see you, which I guess in this case wouldn't matter, because we have sight ability on both sides. So actually, take that back. Surprise attack can't really be used that way in this particular matchup. But if we get a straight-on infantry line, I think Hail of Arrow across that line would have been very good. Just wasn't really any great chances to do that. And the general difference in terms of not having any splash abilities on Folden's side, there was no damage abilities for any of the generals, versus having 2 with Flame of Phoenix on Sima Yue, and then Vengeful having Hamstring once he's on foot, which also is like circular damage. Those kind of prove to be the difference. So good match to kick things off in Group D. Look forward to the rest of them. Until next time, bye.